Ingrid, darling. Oh, let me turn on Facebook. I'm going to go on Facebook um, on my other account because I can only go on this account in the house. And I'm trying to tell Facebook I need my other account because these people are missing me, right? A pure African over there, sir. No, sir. A pure African. Pure African. I got nearly 5,000 whatever. And they just missing their princess. Yes, they is. I'm here, guys, all right? I know it's been a while. But I'm here. I'm trying to get back on this account. My darlings, I miss you guys very much, but you know the princess is here, right? I just can't get on the account. I can only get on the account in the house because because I got a new phone and it looks like I haven't done something right. Because on the old phone, I can get to my 2 accounts. On the new phone, I can only get to 1. So I'm trying my best to get the accounts on the phone the way it was before. I'm going to have to contact Facebook because they playing around. Yeah, I have to. Hi, it's me. You know what, Ingrid? You know what? I'm going to smack that. You know what? I'm going to smack Ingrid. Okay? I mean, she's all over the place. This one, Ingrid. She all over the place. Me think of somebody, Ingrid. You know what, Ingrid? I love my Ingrid. I'm afraid, Ingrid. No, she's my baby. Ingrid's my baby. I got 3 phones, girl. 3. So, yes, I love my Ingrid. Yes, I'm here, guys. So I know it's been a while, but you know, I'm trying to get things together. Okay? Trust and believe. So just hold on a little bit longer, but I'm here. So I'm just doing this live to let you guys know. Yesterday I did a live in a green blanket, right? It was cold. It was freezing. But I'm still trying. I'm going to have to contact Facebook because on the old phone, I can get to the 2 accounts, right? But the new phone, I can only get to 1. This is crazy. And then Facebook keeps on telling me an unusual login occurred. It's me. The 2 people is 1 people. I'm tired of telling Facebook this until they get it right. They're so slow. Anywho, I said, let me come on early because, you know, this is the work weekend, even though it's the Shabbat. But, you know, we got to, we got to do our thing because we do love our Father and we have to pick him up no matter what the situation is. It could be off Facebook. It could be off YouTube. It could be on Facebook, on YouTube, whatever, social media, IG, whatever. But it's good to just, have a discussion on our Father and his wonderful works. It's the truth. Other than we are laba laba and I carry on about all kind of things, isn't it time that we need to big up the Father? Well, over here, you will see that we do that. A lot of people will run because they don't want to hear about, God and they don't want to hear about that. But as old people, they keep telling us, as old women, great tone, great back woman, pick up your Bible and go read your Bible in a corner somewhere. I'm going to keep saying it. But I don't want to read it in the corner. I want to read it out here. So I think, hi Vicky, I think I'm doing the right thing. But again, like I said, when it comes to the Father, when it comes to the Creator, as much as we do our own little thing in private at home, I hope, right? We got to pick up the Father, right? It's imperative. And even on social media where you have a lot of gibby gabbing and carrying on and the holy talking and this, that, and the other, we also can find space and time for him because he sees everything. Now, even if we have a busy schedule and so forth, we've got to find ways to squeeze him in. You hear the word, right? Squeeze him in. I don't squeeze him in, right? No. No matter what I do on social media, he gonna be the one. In the end, it's just gonna end up with him. Because that's who I worship. Yeah, that's who I worship. And the message is, that's who I worship. The Almighty. There's nothing I can do about that. It's just facts. It's just facts. Good? Okay. Now you hear one say, they got that Daniel, they got that Samuel, they got that Abraham, they got that this and they got that, right? When they screaming out, their blasphemies and so forth. Wouldn't it be nice to know how he became the God of Samuel? Wouldn't it be nice? I mean, a lot of people know. Trust me, don't get me wrong. A lot of people know. But you got some people who don't. They just say it just to say it. Now remember Hannah. Hannah had no children, but her matey did have plenty. The matey name was Penina. And she rub it in upon Hannah. She rub it in. She rub it in. Say Hannah can't have no pitney. It was terrible. She torture poor Hannah. She just terrorize her because she can't breathe. In here, real talk, right? You know how that feels as a woman to know that, your husband have a next woman and she's just having babies all over the place. And you are just here and can't have none. You know how horrible that feels as a woman? But I don't know, but, plenty of women do. And, back in the day, right, the man them was able to have more than one wife. I see you, Ingrid. Right, back then, they could have more than one wife. And I suppose, the reasoning behind that is because you have barren women and you got women who can childbear, right? Now, just in case your number one woman can't have no picnic, let me go over to homegirl over here because she can have kids. Yeah, back in the day, it was crazy. They had like 1,000 wives. I don't know how Unu could be able to handle that in 2024. I think that nobody could have handled that. But everybody had their place, their line. Everybody had their, place. Now, Hannah, who was her husband? Right. Okay. Elkanah. Elkanah had two wives, Gal and Razor. One's name was Hannah, and the other's name was Penina. Now, Penina had children, but Hannah had none. Okay. Now, after the crying and the pleading, and the praying, the crying, and please, Lord, please, I need to have a baby, please. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, JP. How's your granny? Is your granny alive? Or is she kicking up daisies? Which one? Answer me, baby. Thank you. Don't forget, I'm not your granny. Be nice, JP, because I can be off sometimes. Okay, let me be nice. I'm sorry. I'm going to be nice. Because, sometimes, people come on, and they try to, but, I am a granny, as a matter of fact, but my name is Rasta. Right? Always remember that. As I'm being a granny. Thank you, JP. You're right. No, 100%. But you see, what you saying is we can fight, right? Be I choose peace with good souls. Okay. So if you're, choosing peace with good souls, that's how you greet a white-haired woman. We like to talk a lot, but our action speaks for themselves, right? Because you're saying you're all about, you're all about peace and with good souls. So if you're a good soul, you should present yourself as one and be respectful. Real talk. And you should also have respect, right, for grandmothers. And you don't address me as granny because I'm not your granny. Oh, okay. Okay, sweetheart, you know what? I can see. I can see where this is going. So because I see where this is going, you good soul. You good soul. Just keep it up and we'll see. Good, today's Saturday. It is the Sabbath, which means you ain't gonna draw me out on the Sabbath. Oh, I look angry to you, baby? This old granny looks angry to you? Oh, wow. I look angry? Oh, okay. Let's do this, dude. Because you seem very confused. It's okay, Ingrid. Come in one, fi. Hi, Pranav. How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you. Hello, I am new. Welcome, welcome, Gigi. I like that. Gigi. Welcome, honey. Don't forget to subscribe to the Granny channel. And this is what I notice with us people, right? When it comes to aging, and when you present yourself as aging, I know, Ingrid, people have a lot to say when it comes to a woman and she's aging and she's aging. You don't have to watch. Just always remember this. You don't have to watch a granny. You can go watch the young girls shake their titties. You could watch them clap their behinds, right? You don't have to be over here. You got so much more entertainment in your age group where you can watch all of these young ladies doing what they do and you just lust over them and dribble over them and do what you do. But don't come over to a granny's channel because you're not going to get that. Thank you. Thank you, Shiji. So remember, when you see white hair people, you're not going to see their behinds clap. You're not going to see their titties all. You're not going to see all of that. You're not going to see them twerking and doing all of that. All right? So come off the granny's channel. Over here, we talk about the creator, the designer, the architect of life. Good? Good. We leave you kind of demon people alone. We don't entertain you guys. Now, where were we? Okay. Hannah. Now, Hannah, she prayed and she pleaded, I need a baby. All right? Father, let's do this. Okay. Now, after all of that, Hannah ends up with a son. Yeah, a baby. She praises the Lord. Thank you, Father. Thank you. And she called him Samuel. Samuel. The boy Samuel ministered before the Lord over Eli. In those days, the word of the Lord was rare. There were not many visions. One night, Eli, whose eyes were becoming so weak that he could barely see. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, over here. Nobody's watching, but that's okay. Ingrid's over here now. Okay. That he could barely see was lying down in his usual place. Let me fix the camera. The lamp of the Almighty had yet not gone out, and Samuel was lying down in the temple of the Lord, where the ark of the Almighty was. Then the Lord called Samuel. Samuel answered, "Here I am." And he ran to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." But Eli said, "I did not call. Go back and lie down." So he went and lay down. Again the Lord called Samuel. And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." "My son," Eli said, "I did not call. Go back and lie down." Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord. The word of the Lord had not yet been revealed to him. The Lord called Samuel a third time. And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." Let me put the camera here so you can see me better because I'm reading. Then Eli realized that the Lord was calling the boy. So Eli told Samuel, "Go and lie down. And if he calls you, you say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. The Lord came and stood there, calling as at the other times, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant is listening." And the Lord said to Samuel, "See, I am about to do something in Israel that will make the ears of everyone who hears it tingle. At that time, I will carry out against Eli everything I spoke against his family, from beginning to end. For I told him that I would judge his family forever because of the sin he knew about. His sons made themselves contemptible, and he failed to restrain them. Therefore I swore to the house of Eli, the guilt of Eli's house will never be atoned by sacrifice or offering. Samuel lay down until morning and then opened the doors of the house of the Lord. He was afraid to tell Eli the vision. But Eli called him and said, "Samuel, my son." Samuel answered, "Here I am." "What was it he said to you?" Eli asked. "Do not hide from me. May the Father deal with you, be it ever so severely, if you hide from me anything he told you." So Samuel told him everything, hiding nothing from him. Then Eli said, "He is the Lord. Let him do what is good in his eyes. The Lord was with Samuel as he grew up, and he let none of his words fall to the ground. And all Israel from Dan to Beersheba recognized that Samuel was attested as a prophet of the Lord. The Lord continued to appear at Shiloh, and there he revealed himself to Samuel through his word. And Samuel's word came to Israel. Do you get it? Everything Samuel spoke came to pass. His words never ever fell to the ground. That's our Samuel, right? And remember, Samuel, he was the one who anointed Saul to become king of Israel. But that wasn't going to be long. Because, where we at? I want to get to the part where, okay. I want to get to the part where he went to the woman. Where's she there? Okay, David and Goliath. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I'm just trying to find it. Hold on, just give me a minute. Because he went to that woman, and that was the end of it. Oh, yeah. Okay, now. You hear about witches and so forth, right? Well, in these days, right, they had these women. They call them mediums. So Saul, because of his rage and anger, he wants to defeat David as much as he can. In those days, the Philistines gathered their forces to fight against Israel. Achish said to David, "You must overstand that you and your men will accompany me in the army." David said, "Then you will see for yourself what your servant can do." Achish replied, "Very well, I will make you my bodyguard for life." Now Samuel was dead. He was gone. And all Israel had mourned for him and buried him in his own town of Ramah. Saul had expelled the mediums and spiritists from the land. The Philistines assembled and came and set up camp at Shunem, while Saul gathered all the Israelites and set up camp at Gilboa. When Saul saw the Philistine army, he was afraid. Terror filled his heart. He inquired of the Lord, but the Lord did not answer him by dreams or Urims or prophets. Saul then said to his attendants, "Find me a woman who is a medium, so I may go and inquire of her." "There is one in Endor," they said. So Saul disguised himself, putting on other clothes, and at night he and 2 men went to the woman. "Consult a spirit for me," he said, "and bring me up the one I name." But the woman said to him, "Surely you know what Saul has done. He has cut off the mediums and spiritists from the land. Why have you set a trap for my life to bring about my death?" Saul swore to her by the Lord. How many people do that? How many people do that? Saul swore to her by the Lord, "As surely as the Lord lives, you will not be punished for this." Really? Oh. Who are you to say this, Saul? Because you want to get something from her. And then you tell her, "Don't worry about it. The Lord will be happy. Just, don't. You will be well rewarded for this." This is what people do. They call the Lord's name in vain in their garbage and tell you it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. The Lord will. Yeah, we know. Then the woman said, "Whom shall I bring up for you?" "Vicky, bring up Samuel," he said. When the woman saw Samuel, she cried out at the top of her voice and said to Saul, "Why have you deceived me? Why?" "You are Saul." The king said to her, "Don't be afraid. What do you see?" The woman said, "I see a spirit coming up out of the ground." "What does he look like?" he asked. "An old man wearing a robe is coming up," she said. Then Saul knew it was Samuel, and he bowed down and prostrated himself with his face to the ground. Samuel said to Saul, "Why have you disturbed me by bringing me up? I am in great distress." Saul said, "Hi, Soli, The Philistines are fighting against me, and the Father has turned away from me. He no longer answers me either by prophets or by dreams. So I have called on you to tell me what to do. It's okay, Soli, you didn't interrupt, baby. Samuel said, why do you consult me now that the Lord has turned away from you and become your enemy? The Lord has done what he predicted through me. The Lord has torn the kingdom out of your hands and given it to your neighbors. David. To David. Because you did not obey the Lord or carry out his fierce wrath against the Amalekites, the Lord has done this to you today. The Lord will hand over both Israel and you to the Philistines. And tomorrow, you and your sons will be with me. The Lord will also hand over the army of Israel to the Philistines. Now you listening to Samuel, you took him up from where he was because the Father is not looking at you. And you took him up, from his whatever. You use a medium, a spiritist, to bring him up. And you see what you get now? You and your son, right? Jonathan and all of them. Poor Jonathan. God. John. I'm sorry, Jonathan, but Immediately Saul fell full length on the ground, in fall flat on his face, boom, flat. Full length on the ground, filled with fear because of Samuel's words. His strength was gone, for he had eaten nothing all that day and night. When the woman came to Saul and saw that he was greatly shaken, she said, look, your maidservant has obeyed you. I took my life in my hands and did what you told me to do. Now please listen to your servant and let me give you some food so you may eat and have the strength to go on your way. He refused and said, I will not eat. But his men joined the woman in urging him, and he listened to them. He got up from the ground and sat on the couch. The woman had a fattened calf at the house, which she butchered at once. She took some flour, kneaded it, and baked bread without yeast. Then she set it before Saul and his men, and they ate. That same night, they got up and left. Now, what happened to Saul was this. He did get handed over to the Philistines, right? But, again, the Philistines, they deal with Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, real talk. Yeah. Right? They deal with Sodom and Gomorrah. So when Saul realized that this was it, that he cannot defeat the Philistines, and this is it for him, Saul said to his armor bearer, draw your sword and run me through. Or these uncircumcised men will come and run me through and abuse me. But his arm bearer was terrified and would not do it. So Saul took his own sword and fell on it. He would rather that than to be in the hands of the Philistines. Good. He would prefer to do that more than the Philistines for take hold of him. When the armor bearer saw that Saul was dead, he too fell on his sword and died with him. So Saul and his 3 sons and his armor bearer and all his men died together that same day. And those are the words of the prophet, right? Samuel, whose words never fall to the ground. Never. So you drew up Samuel, right? Because you were afraid and stuff, because you see what you up to, right? And that wasn't good enough. Now that you did that, he's going to prophesy and let you. But you know what? Being you so defiant, and you've turned against the Father, and he's turned his, face against you too. This is what's going to happen. Being you took me up from my wonderful sleep, I was resting beautifully until you came and interrupted me. So now this is what's going to happen to you and, the whole of your clan. His words came to pass. So even back in the day, the ancients of days, you've had these people wandering around. And, even the Philistines were known to be very brutal and Sodom and Gomorrah-ish. And Saul knew this. And Saul said, no, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. I'm not going down like that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So he decided, well, you know what? Let me do it because I'm not going to let them do it to me. Because if they do, they're not only going to abuse me first and then they're going to kill me. So no, no, no. So this is from the ancients of days. This behavior has been going on from the beginning of time. And we get to see a little of it when it comes to, Saul, who now decides, you know what? You guys ain't going to take me. Oh, no, you're not. And you're going to do what you want to do. And no, 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 I can't. I just can't. So you know what? I'm just going to drop on my sword. And that's what he did. Well, first he asked his armor bearer to do it because, no. The armor bearer said, no, I can't. I can't. I can't. So Saul said, okay, whatever. You know what? I'll do it myself. So he dropped on his sword. Yeah, I know you guys don't like to hear stuff about Sodom and Gomorrah people because, you entertain them and you encourage their behavior. But over here on I'm a Rasta For Life, we're not afraid to read scriptures and to let you see how old this behavior is. Because even in ancients of days with Samuel, the Philistines were known for this kind of behavior. It's nothing new. So then when you move along now, you get to see why, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah came about. Oh yeah, because they were getting out of hand. But, So, and after all of that, we get David as king, our sweet King David. And this is how David now becomes king. Good? Listen, I'm not on here to entertain you trolls because I know what's going on. That's why I continue to create my own content. That's why I continue to read scriptures and do all kinds of stuff because I continue to create my own content. So I don't care who come over here trying to distract and trying to do whatever. It's not about that, babe. It's not. It's not about views. It's not about who's watching who. It's about none of that. This is about me just creating original content. Who like it, like it. Who don't like it, don't like it. Who want log off, log off. Who want unsubscribe, unsubscribe. Here, it's we are original people. Good? So we don't cater to the nonsense because we know exactly where it's coming from. So we just don't. Because again, if you're on social media because you wanna gain popularity, right? And you want all of these, no. The only thing that I want to gain on social media um is to, be able to exemplify the Father, the Creator, the architect of this world. And with that, that's where I gain my blessings and so forth, right? Because he sees everything we do. Everything. And people seem to forget that he's all seeing. He's all seeing. He sees everything. Good? Okay, so when you people come over here, you demon people that make your little demonic comments, especially when we're talking about the Father and you know this, you're just going to get blocked and off you go, right? Because you're not going to come over here with your demonology and your soreness and begin your nonsense. It's not going to happen. Because we know who you are. You try to distract people from doing what they're doing. But when it comes to God's word, it's not going to happen on I'm a Rasta for Life. You could try, but it's not going to happen. We're not there here for views. We're not there here for likes and all of these things. We're here to get the word out there the best way that we can. And this is what we're supposed to do on earth. You got your life, you're on social media, doing whatever it is. It's okay. But in the interim, this ya Rasta ya will exemplify the Father, even with, Mixy and Messy, even with the big woman things, even with the karaoke, wherever. We will forever be talking about the Father. Yeah, we ain't going to talk about people. We're going to talk about God. And if you don't like it, log off. That's all. He sees everything. Don't forget, he sees everything. He sees what I'm doing. So I'm not here to watch people. Good? All right. So you can come over here and start with your nonsense, right? But it's not going to work. What I'm doing is I'm building my platform. I'm trying to get as many original subscriptions as I can. I'm trying to get my own little whatever it is. And that's it. Because that's what you do. You build your platform. How I build my platform is I can talk about anything. I can. I don't need to use people's content. I don't have to. I can read the Bible if I want to. And who don't like it can do what? Log off. Because when it comes to the creator, our father, the architect, no, but everybody has their own ways of doing stuff. I know that we're supposed to read scriptures to people to get the word out there. I know this. Good? That's it. Because if you don't get to hear the word, what do you have? What if the word just disappears and you never hear it again? What are you going to do? Who you going to worship? Who you going to praise? Who you going to put your faith in? So this is why the word is always important, and the word will never, ever, ever, ever cease to exist. But that the Father said, and it's true. We're in 2024, and the word is still getting out there. How you like that? Audrey, hi baby. So always remember this. As much as ones don't want to hear the word, and as much as ones say, oh, she's just reading the Bible again, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Because it's content. Original content. I'm not borrowing anyone's content. I'm creating my own content, even if it's to do old granny things, as in read the Bible. That's what I'm doing. Ancient of days. It's gilded in gold because I'm special. Gold. Gold. Good? So don't play with me and don't come over here with your nonsense. It's the Shabbat. It's not over yet, so I have to behave myself if it wasn't the Shabbat. But it's the Shabbat. And nobody's drawing me out on the Shabbat. So with that, I'm going. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you guys later. Because like I said, we're here to get the word out there about the Father. We worship our Creator. We adore our designer, our architect. That's the only thing that we can do. Right? So I am not ashamed to do that. I'm not ashamed. There's no shame in what I'm doing. Because I'm exemplifying my Father. Sharp 21. A lot of people can't read Roman numerals. Do you know that? A lot of people, and that's why they love to talk a lot and gibby gab and carrying on. And some of these people cannot read Roman numerals. Like Mr. Sharp. He's got Roman numerals behind his name. Thank you, Diane. And a lot of uneducated people who do exemplify the Romans, they don't even know their numerical values, as in XX1. What is that? Any Sharp, don't answer. Does anyone know what XX1 is? Does anyone know what X symbolizes as a number other than Sharp? I bet you all don't. Let me see. Someone type what X is in the Roman numeral. What, number does it represent? Come on, guys. Let's go. No more Bible reading now because Mr. Sharp got me going. Oh. See, we ain't got no dum-dums on our Rasta For Life. Good? See that? Okay. We ain't got no dum-dums here. A lot of people can't do Roman numerics. 1 through 10. But once you got 1 through 10, you can go all the way up. Because you know what they mean. Hi, Natasha Hanzekovic. One of my nurses. Her name is she's Russian, right? These little things, show you your education level. So I don't have to compete with people, right? Because I can put you on the spot and tell you to count 1 through 10 in Roman numerics. I can do it. I can do it with my eyes closed. I taught my daughter 2 weeks ago. She's in her 30s because, I'm a granny, right? And she couldn't figure it out. You see, once I taught her that was it for her. She said, Mommy, thank you. I love you so much. You're so smart. It's easy. Once you get to the number 4, that's where it begins. Once you get to the number 4, that's where it starts. 5, that's where it starts. 6, 7, 8. Henry the Eighth. How was his name? Henry the Eighth, who had 6 wives plus. The King of England in the Tudor times. Henry the Eighth. They didn't put 8. They use Roman numerals. Let me see somebody put 8 down here. Let me see how smart you guys are. Come on, guys. Let's go. 8. Roman numerals. Let's go. Somebody, come on, you smart people. Come on, you lifers. Because, you know, we got lifers over here are smart. We don't have ding-dong lifers. We got lifers with more than one brain cell. We're not just a pretty face over here. We're not just a pretty granny face over here. Good. Now you're learning something now. Okay. So you see 8. You say, So if this is 8, what's 7? Right? So if this is 7, what's 6? And if this is 6, what's 5? You've done it. You see how easy that is? Look, you got 8. Now figure out 7. Now figure out 6. And then figure out 5. And you've learned Roman numerals in 2 seconds. Isn't this wonderful? Okay, Sharp, don't get crazy. Sharp is giving it to you. Good job. You see that? Look, see? You see how easy it is? And when you pay attention to stuff, right? It's just wonderful. Right, Diane? Yeah. You see, Sharp did it for you guys. You see, he's just so anxious. He's like, no, I'm going to do it. So this is how we learn stuff, right? Even though we're reading the Bible and so forth, right? Sharp just came on with his Sharp 21. I'm like, look at this one. And you know what? That just made good content. Isn't that great? So we used his name in order to provide content, and then we used his name in order to teach. Isn't this just fantastic on a Saturday? Isn't this wonderful for the granny? I love you guys. So this is an experience, right, where you can say, well, I didn't know this, but, I was over the Rasta lady, and she taught me, well, not she, but, the viewers taught me how to count in Roman numerals. Wow. A lot of people can't do it. But once you get the concept, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. X is always 10. So if you want to put 31, you put 3 X's and a 1. Now, in the case of Sharp, he's double X1. He's Sharp 21. That's right. So over here, you will learn something. Trust and believe, guys. Just subscribe and let's keep it moving. So, it's always fun. I'm going to go because I don't want to go over an hour. I got to get ready. I got to go look at my dinner and so forth and so forth. But again, when you come over here on I'm a Rasta for Life, as much as you might think it's boring or it's whatever it is, no, it's not. Something always happens, right? And this is how you build your platform. This is how you create content without using other people's content. Just be original and be yourself. Granny, young, old, middle age, it don't matter. People will still appreciate you. Audrey, I love you too, baby. I heard what you said, Audrey. Don't worry about it, girl. Whenever you come, whatever it is, you know what's up, Audrey. Okay, baby? So, okay, just, yeah. Jane Doe, I love you, and God bless all of you. Again, Don't be afraid to exemplify the Father. He sees everything. Don't be afraid to pray to the Father in a nice, quiet place and just do your thing. Good? It's important. It's necessary in 2024. He's got to see who we are before we go.